The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
And that's Coit Tower, perched high atop Telegraph Hill here in San Francisco. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours. Well, Oakland has been a wonderful home for the Warriors, but we know San Francisco will be too. Thanks, DA. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the 5. And for the Warriors, Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Chris is out there with Green, and it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
Yeah, it's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams, what these individual players could be like. Here's Young. That shot off the mark. AT that time from Curry. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. Pulls up, high post. Thompson misses.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
They double him with Wiggins. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Not a fan of those kinds of passes.
Now Curry. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Unloads from 9. Chris. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, you love the aggressiveness. Chris not drifting around on the outside. He's getting it done in the painted area.
Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Curry against Young. Curry can't get it to go. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. The kick out to Young. And that one, good.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Thompson outside. Back to Curry. Clock at 6. Back to Thompson. Fires from deep. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Well, you talk about confidence. When you're from distance, it's Klay Thompson. That's his world, and we're just living in it.
Well, last summer, Greg, was supposed to be a large courtship for Klay Thompson. The injury, though, kind of changed things in his free agency.
It didn't take long for him to re-sign with the Warriors. I think as soon as the team offered him a max deal, he signed. Looks like the Splash Brothers will be together for quite some time.
The Warriors have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Curry passes to Green. It's stolen by Capella. Here's Herter. He's covered by Thompson. And here is Hunter. He's coming off a 13-point game against New York. Here's Capella. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Atlanta making a switch here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Capella. Carter comes in for Hunter. Reddish, he's checked in for Kevin Herter. And it's Teagan for Young. Wiggins passes to Chris, and the shot goes down. Chris has got 6 points.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
Collins dishes to Carter, passes it to Reddish. And there's the feed to Collins. Makes it off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Down low, here's Pascal. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
As great a scorer as he is, Steph Curry is a willing mover of the basketball. He doesn't get enough credit to me for playing the right way.
There's the pass to Dedmon. Out to Carter. 6 on the shot clock. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Clearly a foul.
Atlanta shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. The free throw drops for Dedmon.
And in recent years, some call the Warriors the greatest fast-breaking team since the Showtime Lakers. Doris, do you concur?
Greg, the Showtime Lakers are my all-time favorite team. But I will say, because of the shooting, the ball handling, the passing, the capability on every possession for something spectacular, I would say that this team was as close as you can get to the Showtime Lakers.
The Warriors shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. Free throw good, Wiggins.
And the problem for Wiggins, a former overall #1 pick, people always seem to want more from him, whether it's warranted or not.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Shoots. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
High post shot. And no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Notching a 50, 40, 90% season is a rare, rare feat indeed. And Steph Curry, one of the few who have done it, talked about that challenge.
Your field goal percentage as a whole is...
And consistent excellence certainly is the key. Curry brings it night in and night out.
And as tough as it is to hit those marks, he just seems to make it look easy.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
On the court for Atlanta, we've got Teague. Carter out there with Reddish. And it's Fernando in at the center. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high, high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the three well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up, really 1 through 5.
And breathe the pass to Fernando. And stolen by Chris. Here's Pascal. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn.
And let's not forget about the assist. This guy as a playmaker was a driving force for that offense.
And breathe the pass to Carter. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Boy, the defense was in perfect position, but it simply didn't matter. He's just too skilled, too good.
Here's Curry. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Thompson way outside. Rebounded by the Hawks. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. Banbury kicks to T. Takes the three. Draymond Green grabs the miss. The Warriors lead it. It's deflected. Curry finds Thompson. Back to Curry. Thompson outside. Takes a three. It's not going to go for him. So Atlanta will take it the other way.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Curry against T. And a missed layup.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Nice shot by Thompson. Thompson's got 5 now. Who are some of the up-and-coming shooting guards in the league that you have noticed have got a very high ceiling?
Well, I'm going to mention 2 guys who I think could be considered combo guards who can play 1 or 2, and who I think their organizations are still trying to figure out their best position. But 2 of the most dominant young guards in the league who are going to be a problem for over a decade. Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. Both guys can create their own shot. Both can get off the dribble drive. Both could light you up for over 50 a night. Devin and Donovan, 2 names to keep an eye on.
So both teams changing it up here. Curry against Young to the middle. Smailagic. Looney. Rebounded by the Hawks. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Young's shot is off. Warriors have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Back to Curry. Unloads. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Curry's got his first 2 points.
Well, there's no doubt Stephen Curry has his favorite spots, but his jumper always is going to cause the defense problem no matter the location.
Wiggins is checked in for the Warriors. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Atlanta. Kevin Huerter comes in for Reddish. Dedmon inside. Shoots from the right block, and yes, it's good. Dedmon's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hawks. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Smailagic.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Boy, Greg, neither team willing to give an inch and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Young left side. The putback. And it's Looney with the rebound. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Wiggins. And no good. Trying to use the glass. The Hawks have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
And the Hawks making a change here. Collins is checked in. Here's Poole, defended by Young. Wiggins outside. Golden State moving the ball around. Elbow shot. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Stolen away. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Wiggins with the ball. Smailagic. From deep.
And really, Hunter can guard every...
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period with 3 points. That's all for now.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And so it's Atlanta with it. It's a 1-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green is out there with Chris, and it's Wiggins in at the small forward position. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half.
Pretty obvious Young believes in his ability. A fearless shooter who also does a good job at orchestrating the offense.
Thompson passes to Curry. On the wing, Wiggins. To the inside. Out to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Chris. And the shot is long. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
Thompson passes to Curry. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Hunter. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Hawks lead.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention and takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively. And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Collins. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup. Collins has got his second basket of the night. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. To the paint. Here's Green. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
And he banks in the layup. Herter's got the lead up to 7 now for Atlanta.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Thompson misses.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think, Greg, it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Here's Collins. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
For Atlanta, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
Out of Wake Forest, John Collins quickly emerging as a top-notch scorer. A tremendous finisher, and his range extends out beyond the arc.
And Reddish, the bucket on the assist by Carter. And the Hawks lead by 12.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pascal, the pass to Curry. To end the run, and he sinks the layup. Curry's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And players with big numbers on losing teams can be accused of empty stats. So, Greg, you take Collins's with a grain of salt?
You look at his field goal percentage, high 50s. He's not just a high usage player. He is highly efficient. I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Carter kicks to T. Pass to Fernando from deep. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 3 assists now in this one.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Reddish with the double team. Cool. The layup missed.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Inside. Left side, Collins. To the left wing. Smile again. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Left side, Curry. Golden State moving it around. Out left to the wing. 26 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 5 on the clock. smile each. And the shot goes in. 6 points for him.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Here's Rush, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Stephen Curry. The Hawks have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Curry. He has 7. Pass to Wiggins. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one.
A good score inside for a 3-man. I mean, Wiggins can beat you with his back to the basket or facing up.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
And so it's Atlanta. 13 points up at the end of the period. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Hawks. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Trae Young is out there with Bembry. And it's Dedmon in at the center, locking down the middle. Young outside. And Looney sends it back. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Okay, David, thanks. Bembry shot good. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless. But who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. This is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Passes it to Hunter. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
A very consistent three-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there because of how confident he is.
Defended by Young. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. The Hawks leading by 13. Capella, the pass to Young. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Kevin Huerter, he is checked in for the Hawks. The Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Curry against Young. Thompson for the triple. Rebounded by the Hawks. Dedmon's got 5 rebounds tonight. Young outside. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Maybe not the most explosive athlete, but Young's jumper stretches defense, which gives him more room to get by his man.
Here's Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 10 points for Klay Thompson.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
It's stolen by Green, and here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Here's Curry, and it's good, 2 points. Curry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
1:31 left here in the 4th quarter. Young with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. Got it to drop.
Goodbye.
He got it to drop.
Goodbye and good night.
Curry dishes to Thompson. The pass to Pascal. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Now, here is Young. From deep 3-point range. Offensive rebound.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes, Greg, when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some.
And easy to admire Young's confidence. Knows he has the ability to drain it from way outside.
And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. This
special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
The NBA 2K21 demo is...
And the Hawks with a confident look as they go into the players love it. Thank you, David. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the small forward position. Steve, tonight we have a great matchup at the center spot. Talk about how that position has evolved over the last couple of years.
I think because of the rules, Kevin, there's not a lot of space when guys are posting up because of the defensive rules right now. You can sit in a post guy's lap, especially if he's dominant. So I think guys, as a post player now, saying I got to go out to the three-point line, I got to go out to the free throw line to be able to have some spacing to make shots.
And stolen by Lillard. And Collins has got the ball here for Portland. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
A combination of unforced errors and just poor decision making. They need to be much better in that aspect of the game this time around.
Atlanta with the ball after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Shots good from Young.
The threat of Young's jumper forces defenders to play him close, making it easier for him to get by his man.
Pass to Nurkic. Right wing. Here's Lillard. Rebounded by Capella.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Herter passes to Hunter. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Back to Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Shot left block. That shot no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way.
Not the efficient start they were hoping for. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Collins kicks to Capella. Collins in the post. He's guarded by Collins. Just 5 on the clock. Over Collins. Shot by Collins, no good. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And it wasn't until midway through John Collins' second season at Wake Forest that he really jumped onto the NBA scouts' radar.
You're right. A 19-year-old sophomore. What he did, he led the nation in player efficiency rating. The production undeniable then and now.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Trae Young.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York. Whiteside's checked in for Portland. Little comes in for Zach Collins. Then for the Hawks, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Clint Capella. Reddish comes in for Kevin Herter. And it's Teagan for Young. Here's Hunter. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
A solid mid-range shooter. Hunter knows where his strengths are.
Passes it to Carmelo. Kicks it out to Lillard. Elbow shot is on the way. Another shot, and he lays it up and in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Both teams will make substitutions. The Atlanta shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. The free throw drops for Hunter.
You look at the Hawks franchise, moved to Atlanta in 1956. Since then, they've been unable to advance to the NBA Finals.
Now here's Little. Nailed from three-point land. 1:05 left here in the opening quarter. Now here's Reddish. He's covered closely. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Azania, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a look here at a group of rookies that has been holding their own against the big boys in the paint. The top rookie rebounders since the All-Star break. DeAndre Hunter, number 1.
Well, he continues to improve. I mean, since the break, he's taken it to another level, looking less and less like a rookie every day.
The Hawks leading by 3. Here's Carter. It's tipped. There's 37 seconds left in the first. Azania's shot is off.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Atlanta shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. No good on that one. No good on the second free throw. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Simons, the pass to Whiteside. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And it's Simons missing. Outside Teague. Just 3 on the clock. And the layup is up and in.
And if you give Teague a look at the lane, he'll take it without a second thought. He loves to drive to the rim.
The offense covered. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about
a lot of responsibility when things go
right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Teague out there with Bembry. Then it's Reddish. Then there's Carter. And it's Fernando in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Trent can't hit.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
Bembry the pass to Fernando. A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hawks.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
That's tipped. Out of bounds. Atlanta takes possession.
And a moment to see numbers for Teague. Putting up about 10 points a night, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. Yeah, he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
And Portland making a change here. Collins is checked in. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Young comes in for Teague.
We call it off the bus range. Trae Young can shoot from the half-court logo with confidence.
Whiteside, good.
The interior, this is where you want to get Whiteside the basketball.
Young outside. And the rejection by Collins. And here comes the break. Here's Azania. Count it, good. Now Young. He has 6. And that deep range opens up everything for Trae Young.
You have to take away his airspace, Kevin, as soon as he crosses midcourt. And with this tight handle, he punishes the defense when they apply pressure.
Capella finds Dedmon. Here's Herter. He's guarded by Collins. Hawks passing it around. 4 on the clock. Here's Young. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Young's got 8 points.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
And a deep three from Lillard. Rebound, Atlanta. Stolen by Collins. The pass to Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Back to Dedmon. Young in the corner. 5 to shoot. Over Lillard. And that one goes long. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Dedmon dishes to Young. Back to Dedmon. Young passes to Dedmon and stolen by Lillard. And here's McCollum. He's coming off a 22-point game against Memphis. Here's Anthony. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Clint Capella. The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
John Collins, he's checked in for Atlanta. 1:12 left here in the second. Young taking his time here. From deep 3-point range. That shot off. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Lillard attacking. And Lillard throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is. And he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. It's Young on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. Shots good from Young. Young's got 6 here in this quarter.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Lillard. And the basket is good.
Shooting much better this quarter than last. You can see his confidence growing.
7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Shots good from Young. Young's got 12.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he makes the first. Little, he's checked in for Collins. Atlanta also making some changes here. Reddish, he's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Teague in for Young.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Right side, Collins. Pass to Dedmon. Back to Collins. Teague dishes to Collins. Shoots over Nurkic. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He had 12 points. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
We've definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. Smitty, interesting fact about Trae Young, drafted by the Hawks, but he has a strong fear of birds.
Wow. I also heard he even had a meeting with their mascot, Harry the Hawk, to get a comfort zone with each other. They're cool now, but Trae Young, not a fan of other birds.
Great D that time from Nurkic. Portland trailing here. Here's Collins. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Collins has got his first points of the game.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Young outside, and that one drops for him. Young's got it all tied up now for Atlanta.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Hunter, the pass to Collins. And Capella sends it back. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Whiteside comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Atlanta also making some changes here. Carter comes in for Hunter. And it's Bembry in for Trae Young. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Carter looking around. Fires top of the key. The offensive rebound.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Whiteside, good. You know, Smitty, NBA referees, officials now have a presence on social media that's aiming at educating fans on calls and why they're made.
Yes, and I love it, Kevin. If you have these demos and talk about plays and games and situations that you're educating fans, it's just that fans look at it when these referees, who are human, miss calls, and then they want to re-show these plays that they missed. We still got to understand they're human and they're going to miss some calls.
Well said, Steve. Trent passes to Hazania. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lets it go from 14. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got his first basket of the night.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Pass to Fernando. Six to shoot. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And Whiteside sends it back.
With that long wingspan, Hassan Whiteside saying, no, not in my house.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Hawks trail by 4. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
It's stolen by Little. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And Whiteside with the basket on the assist by Little. Whiteside's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers. Here's Bembry. He's covered by Whiteside. Shot to stop the run. Bembry shot good. Bembry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
Here's Trent. Fernando pulls it in.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
Trent passes to Little, and Vince Carter picks up a foul. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
For the Trailblazers, Anthony's checked in for Hazania, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Little. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Hawks. Reddish comes in for Collins. T kicks to Bembry. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For Atlanta, they have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on. Nurkic checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. And a change for the Hawks. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Carter. Here's Lillard. 12 points for him. Portland no good that time either. Embry the pass to Reddish. To the paint. Here's Dedmon. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Way to attack the interior. Dedmon really understands what the team needs from him.
It's all tied in Portland. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the... And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
We're getting stops after that start. We've been getting stops.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Reddish out there with Young. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Hunter in at the 3 spot. Dedmon tips it back in.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
They get the rebound.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
Pass to Reddish. He kicks it to Dedmon. It's Young on the wing. Fires at the elbow. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
The charisma, the superhuman workload. Trae Young is built for stardom.
Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. Out to the right wing. Collins wide open. He fires. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Portland's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Lillard, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. Young with the ball. Over Lillard. Up again, and it's put back up and in by Capella. Capella's got his first 2 points of the night.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Collins is right there. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Goes up from the top of the key. No good off the back of the rim.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Dedmon passes to Capella. The kick out to Young. Great touch on the 16-footer. Young's got 4 this quarter.
He does a good job of making quick reads and quick decisions off ball screens. Young always looking under control.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Young's got 10 points in just the second half. Lillard scanning the floor. Feeds it to Anthony. Back to Lillard. The 3. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists tonight.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Young dishes to Capella. The kick out to Young. Back to Capella. Shot clock at 5. A baseline J. Here's Dedmon, and he converts the layup. Dedmon's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Staying aggressive on the offensive boards. Dedmon's a tough guy to box out there.
There's the feed to Collins. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
And Portland making a change here. Whiteside's checked in. Then for the Hawks, Collins checked in for Dwayne Dedman, and Kevin Huerter subbed in for Hunter. Here's Young, and it's good from the elbow. Young's got 24 points.
Trae Young doesn't get rattled and plays very well under pressure.
Lillard attacking, right side, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Clint Capella.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Over his first 3 seasons, Whiteside was no better than a 50% foul shooter. Much better technique from the line since then.
Hunter's checked in for the Hawks. Here's Young. It drops.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Lillard attacking. McCollum outside. From downtown. That one doesn't drop. And Atlanta will come the other way. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
And we saw this in the national title game. Hunter embracing the moment and delivering in the clutch. And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct. And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Now, here is Young from deep. And so the Hawks take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean,
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21 demo, you can also hit a quick game. That's right, you'll be able to play 5 total games.
At home, the Rockets don't hold anything back, whether it comes to their clothes or their effort on the floor. And the game, and nothing.
Rockets.
Whatever works, David. Thanks. Looking at the starting 5 for the Atlanta Hawks. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington. And it's House in at the 3. Pass to Capella. Young in the corner. Shot clock at 6. And with the playoffs ahead, some have argued for a play-in tournament, Clark, to determine the 6 through 10 seed. What do you think of that?
An interesting concept. In theory, it certainly might allow for more teams to be engaged down the stretch. You know, with Adam Silver, he's very much interested in seeing how to make the game better in every way. So there are no sacred cows. Just because it's been done one way before doesn't mean that he's not looking at ways to change it for improvement.
And keep that fan base really interested.
Yeah, that's a big part of what's made the league as successful as it has been worldwide.
From the top of the key, it's rebounded by Houston. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. To the left side wing. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Harden.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart pass. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Westbrook against Young. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively. Hard to close off the lane.
Covington trying to break free. Westbrook no good. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Left side Collins. Oh, and here comes House all alone. And Capella sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
And here's Harden for 3. Drills it from outside.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And he gets the bucket. 8 points for Russell Westbrook. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Young against Westbrook. Stolen by Tucker. And it's Houston on the ball. Oh, that was terrific.
Good. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
Young drives in. Banked in off the glass. Young's got his second basket of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Westbrook, and Capella sends it back. But they get it back. 5 to shoot. This one for 3. Hunter grabs the miss. The Hawks trail by 7. The kick out to Young. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
It's just never easy trying to guard Young without fouling. He is great at finding ways to create these calls.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Capella. Carter comes in for John Collins. Reddish, he's checked in for Hunter. And it's Bembry in for Kevin Huerter.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
And Reddish with the slam.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
The pass to Clemens. And some nice passing there by Houston. There's McLemore. Kept alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And Young kicks to Dedmon. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Reddish grabs the rebound. The Hawks trail by 3. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. That one drops for him.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Stolen. Fast break, here they come. Here's Bembry, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And there it is for him. Reddish has got his second bucket of the night.
You know, such a selfless player. I love how Young stays consistent in how he involves his teammates.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Rockets lead by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
I'll tell you one thing. They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the first half.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Damari Carroll out there. Also Green out there. Austin Rivers is out there with McLemore. And it's Clemens in at point guard. Here's Reddish. Here's Dedmon. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
A free throw drops for Dedmon. Clark, over the last couple decades, the role of the big man has changed and required more skill outside shooting among them.
Yeah, that's one of the things. And then the ability to move your feet defensively.
Yes.
Because the three-point shot spaces the floor so much. And a lot of times teams will have 4, maybe 5 perimeter shooters out there regardless of size. So big guys, if they're going to play in that type of an alignment, have to be able to move their feet and effectively guard perimeter players and also make shots from the perimeter as well.
Amazing to see guys that big out there sometimes with a one-on-one with the guard, like on the three-point line.
No doubt. And also the big guys, we've got a ton of them, Kevin, across the league that can really knock down the three-point shot.
McLemore, the pass to Clemens. The three. And Rivers with the basket on the assist by Green. Rivers has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Teague with the ball. Now Green defending. Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Yeah, you know, not every point guard would be able to find an open man right there, but Teague is always looking for the right play.
Carroll kicks to Rivers. Pass to McLemore. That shot missing. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
That one good for 2. McLemore's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Teague deciding where to go with it. Passes to Fernando. Now, here's Dedmon. Guarded by Green. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. So both teams making some changes here. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Teague over Westbrook. 4 on the shot clock. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. You look at the Hawks. It's been a rough season for them. The good news is the lottery is only a couple months away.
Well, right now for the Hogs, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
You know, maybe they'd like to forget it, but there are lessons to take from it as well. I mean, the mistakes they've made this year can't be repeated if they want to get a taste of the postseason anytime soon. Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
And foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. Well, you know, how can you not get excited about the way P.J. Tucker plays defense? Takes on all comers. Great intensity. He really is the leader of his team defensively.
And with Tucker Clark in his defense, he'll pump his team up with his play.
You know, that's a big reason, guys, why he sees so many minutes every game. I mean, his rotations are on time. He's got excellent hands, which allow him to force turnovers. But I think it's his intensity that sets him apart.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Shot by Collins, no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. The game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's House. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Rockets lead by 2.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The kick out to T. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Capella. Outside Collins. Pass to the Bembry. Second chance shot. That one no good.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Houston on top. They lead by a bucket. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, it was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He had 10 points and 1 assist. Kenny, what you think about and that?
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
On the court for Atlanta, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Collins is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Young in at the 1. Off target from three-point range.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Westbrook finds Harden. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. 8 points for James Harden.
Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, he takes no time in shooting once he gets the pump.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Collins against Covington. High post try. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Collins.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Harden. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, no matter how you feel about James Harden, you've got to respect his love for the game. I mean, he absolutely lives and breathes basketball, and that passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
McLemore's checked in for Houston. And a change for the Hawks. Reddish, he's checked in for Hunter. Reddish kicks to Capella. Westbrook against Young. Up and in on the layup. Young's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And Clark, last year Harden was quoted in saying, most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about most. That seems a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't love it as much as he does, which certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination to improve their game the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
Here's Collins, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Russell Westbrook.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and they'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes, but when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb. Absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind. Big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet. Not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard. Outside of a big guy, I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it.
Good name. Count the basket. Young's got 10 points in the game.
He's smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
7 lead changes now, and we're just in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
And Young kicks to Collins. Outside Carter. He doesn't hit that one. Houston's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. And Green with the basket on the assist for McLemore. 9 points for Jeff Green.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Here's Young. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And the Hawks lead by 1.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Got a piece of it, and they're able to recover. To the wing right side. McLemore with the ball. Harder on him. And that one, good. 6 points for him.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that game against the Thunder, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker, who's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for Damari Carroll. Daniel House has checked in for Ben McLemore. And James Harden subbed in for Rivers. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fast break, the Hawks. From 7, it's deflected.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker, using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Rockets have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6. Free throw good, James Harden.
And, you know, the Beard continues to impress, continues to get better, and MVP candidate seemingly every season. Now, I've got a question, though. How does he maintain the look of that beard?
Herter passes to Dedmon. Over to the left wing. And Herter gets it to go. Herter's got his first points in this one.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses, understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington. And it's House. And at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Westbrook kicks to Harden. And there's the pass to House. Covington trying to break free. Rebound, Atlanta. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. There's to Dedmon. There's Bembry. And the rejection by Harden. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Hawks lead by 5.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Herter passes to Bembry. From the wing, they get it back. Capella in the corner. It's Hunter. Back to Dedmon. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 5 on the clock. Here's Bembry, guarded by Tucker. They grab their own miss. Shots good by Dedmon. Dedmon's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hawks.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Here's Herter. He feeds it to Capella. Dedmon passes to Herter. Here's Bembry. 14 feet away, and he nails the jumper.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
To the right side. Now, here's Hunter. Guarded closer. He gets it in there. Hunter's got his first points of the night.
Now, that's where you like your shots to come from.
Here's Harden. Atlanta with the rebound. Here's Herter. Bucket is good. And now it's an 11-point Hawks lead.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Atlanta making some changes. John Collins, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedman. Reddish comes in for Hunter. And Trae Young subbed in for Bembry. Rebound, Atlanta. Collins has got 6 rebounds in the game. Reddish, and the call on the shot sends him to the line. It's going to be on James Harden. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Kicks it to Covington. Back to Harden. Lots of room. And that one drops. Harden's got 9 points now in just the second half. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA. And then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Collins passes to Young. Over Westbrook. Tips it up. And Collins is right there. And the Hawks lead by 12.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Shots good from Young.
A terrific effort there by Young, really all night. The defense has tried to make adjustments, but he's just stayed one step ahead of him.
Kicks it out to Harden. Pass to House. The feed to Westbrook. And that one hits back iron.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
That free throw good from Reddish. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Hawks.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And they will finally have something to brag about in this season series. Tonight's win is going to finish them off at 1 victory against 2 losses for the year against the Rockets.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Trae Young.
Well, I thought he was their catalyst tonight, guys. Moving the rock, actively looking to set other guys up. Outstanding work.
Off target with that shot. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way.
2K21 demo, get my players started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
So I'm going with the Celtics.
Look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Wiggins.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Now Golden State's starting five. Got Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green is out there with Andrew Wiggins, and it's Chris in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Hawks, Young and Herter make up the back. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the center position. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Wiggins missing. Here's the Hawks with the ball. Here's Herter. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Another year of record-breaking offense. Why is it, Chris, that great offense so often beats great defense?
Because defense is not about stopping you. It's about making you take the option that the defense wants. And so if we make a guy that doesn't shoot jumpers very well, if we stop all the penetration and make him shoot a jumper and he knocks it down, you just got to shake his hand. Sometimes it's great deep, better offense. And we know this is a scoring league. And, you know, you can play the best defense in the world and have your hand up and, matter of fact, smack him in the face. But Curry, Harden, LeBron, they're still going to knock that shot down.
Smack him in the face, you say?
Oh, I've tried that. I've done that before, and it doesn't work with the great ones. No. Just tap them on the forehead while they're shooting a jump shot and look the other way. They'll still knock it down.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Hunter, the pass to Collins. They double him with Green. Stolen by Thompson. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to Green. And the Warriors miss again.
Not how you want to start the game. 4 straight misses. I'd like to see some better ball movement from them.
Here's Young. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Curry, and he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game.
That was a long time coming. Took him 5 attempts to get their first bucket.
Curry against Young. Top of the key. Again, the Hawks score.
Smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
Well, and Kevin, this Warriors team, they just have a wealth of stars. Nothing can equal the roster from last season, though. But they legitimately had an all-star at every position for a bit.
1:56 left here in the first quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And even with the departures this offseason, the Warriors, Chris, are still a contender.
Yeah, and the Warriors knew that they couldn't keep the same roster. It just wasn't possible. But still, what a ride it was for the short time it lasted.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Carter, he's checked in for John Collins. Reddish comes in for Hunter. Embry's checked in for Kevin Herter. And it's Teagan for Trae Young. Here's Pascal. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. He tries for 3. Can't hit that one. So the Hawks will take it the other way. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. Carter, the pass to Bembry. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. 8-point game. And the pass to Looney. So the wing on the left. Here's Pascal. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Golden State. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason.
And seeing where the Warriors are, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
They have their work cut out in the offseason. The status quo isn't going to cut it. There has to be an overhaul.
And Vince Carter with the slam.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, we got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Here's Pascal. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Carter. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the ring.
For Atlanta, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Different look here for the Warriors. Good on both. Last game for the Warriors, it was a loss to Brooklyn. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Back to Thompson. Looking to end the run, and he hits the jump shot. Thompson's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, and as the son of a great basketball player in his own right, Klay Thompson in some ways has already exceeded what his father could ever achieve. I mean, he struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Curry way outside, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a... Steph Curry talks about the visual drills he does.
It's a cognitive and neurological drill that...
The improvement he's made, Greg, in his ball handling has really unlocked his game.
I mean, able to keep his head up as he attacks off the dribble, read the defense, and drills like that can only help.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Then there's Draymond Green, and it's Pascal in at the 3, the small forward.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low. Yeah, fans around the league love to hate Draymond Green for how outspoken he is, but I honestly believe the hate fuels Green. He loves to play it back.
Now Dedmon. After the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. Shots good by Dedmon.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Thompson with it, and it's Carter picking him up. The shot by Thompson, no good. And C-Web, as you were talking about with Draymond Green, he's embraced the role in the past of villain in the NBA. But he said during the playoffs last year he wants to change his ways.
Yeah, right. We'll see. Draymond will irk opposing players and fans alike. But that's just a part of what makes him so effective. I mean, he's the ultimate example of a player who you love when he's on your team and you hate when he's not.
Curry's shot is good.
He's used to creating for himself, but this time Curry is a great decoy. I mean, he's the recipient of a good pass. I mean, that's great teamwork.
And Vince Carter with the slam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. On the wing, Thompson. Back to Curry. He kicks it to Thompson. Clock at 6. Over Reddish. It's good. And the Hawks lead us get down to 9 on the bucket from Thompson.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Carter, the pass to T. Carter down low. No good that time. So Golden State will take it the other way. coming off that loss against the Nets. Back to Curry. There are a lot of people that say, Chris, the European players are more fundamentally sound overall. Are they right?
Oh, well, I think when you look at a guy like Doncic or Dirk or Porzingis, you're taking the best of the best and you're creating the whole field. So I can't say overall. I would say they've had some players that have come in and wowed us, and that's awesome. But also you have those guys going pro at the age of 13, 14, 15 years old, and so I think they may miss out on some of the other things that life has to offer, like a normal high school experience, those type of things. But I tell you what, it's a copycat league and it's a copycat game, and so once you see players that are 7 foot coming over, shooting, passing, dribbling, I think you could say guys like Kevin Durant and others, I think you can say they're pretty sound overall. So I don't buy into that theory, but I do think for a lot of Europeans, being a professional early helps you transition into the NBA a little bit better maybe than guys coming out of college off of 1 year.
I would agree. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Chris, he's checked in for Golden State.
Well, when you look at a guy like Kevin Looney, I mean, he gives his team so much. I mean, great option to have either starting or off the bench with his versatility.
And Chris, with Looney, he's a bit of a glue guy, and his defense is his calling card.
Well, he slots into so many lineups as he can play the 4 or the 5 and basically guard anyone on the floor. He has a good motor and doesn't need a ton of touches to be effective.
Poole, he trains the quick shot. Poole's got his first bucket of the night.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
It's not going to be easy, but they've come this far. I mean, they're right here.
It's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
The Warriors have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
The Hawks leading by 7.
Pick up the pace, get the 2 for 1 here.
If that's how they want to end this quarter, they're going to have to score quickly.
Collins in the post. Looney on him.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Wiggins drives in. The shot missing. Good work defensively by Capella. Here's Collins. And so it's Atlanta. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. Atlanta was looking great right away. They had great chemistry early on, both offensively and defensively. Spring. And that should.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. Here's Young after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Capella finds Young. Good D by Thompson.
He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything he can.
Chris pass to Wiggins. From past the arc. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Herder, and the layup falls. Herder's got 6.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Young against Curry. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Drains it from beyond the arc. He's got 14.
No, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from three-point range, and there's no hand in his face.
Young's shot is off.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Offensive rebound, and Thompson kicks to Green. Curry passes to Thompson. No good on the 3. The Hawks leading by 6.
Well, to me, Clint Capella is a classic center. I mean, I love his hands. Great footwork. I mean, he takes what is given to him. He plays inside, protects the rim. And if you throw it up, he'll finish it with authority.
Collins. Young for 3. They get it back. Capella, the pass to Collins. Young for 3. The Warriors pull it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's Wiggins missing. And with Capella, that finishing and rebounding are key to his game.
And he's only going to keep getting better, Kevin, which is a scary prospect for every other center in the NBA. Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Chris kicks to Curry. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Curry. Pulls up. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Atlanta will come the other way. They've held a 12-point lead early. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That will complete this 4-game homestand.
Solid in transition. Hunter's eyes light up when he gets a chance to finish one of those off.
He shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Atlanta making some changes. Wayne Dedmon comes in for Clint Capella. And it's Teague in for Trae Young. Outside Teague. Over Curry. The Hawks again can't hit.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Shot from 16. Again, Curry missing.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Hunter, the pass to Herder. Kicks to Dedmon. Now, here's Hunter. Covered by Wiggins. Outside Teague. 6 on the shot clock. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Curry gets the bucket.
Love the vision from Thompson. I mean, when you've been surrounded by superstars, you learn to keep your eyes up.
Fires from the wing. Hunter no good. Warriors trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Thompson way outside. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Atlanta's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Hunter dishes to Dedmon. Passes it to Collins. Teague kicks to Collins. That one goes in. Collins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Teague with the ball, and Curry picks him up defensively, and Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Number 15. Knocked away, and as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
I don't think that was a pass he should make. Too many things can go wrong. I mean, they're lucky to keep possession.
And the Hawks making a change here. Carter's checked in. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. And he comes up with the deuce. Carter's got his third basket of the night. Pass to Curry from deep three-point range. Fernando pulls it in.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
I'm trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Chris, you were a tremendous passer, one of my favorites. Are there more playmaking bigs in the NBA now than back in the day?
That's a good question. I don't know if there are more, but I tell you what, there are some exciting ones. If you guys don't believe me, just turn on the TV and go watch the Nuggets play. There's a man called the Joker, Jokic. Oh, my goodness, can he pass that ball? He and Horford right now, oh, man, two of my favorite passes in the game.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. You've got Looney, and it's Pascal in at the foresight. Young with no one around. Buries it from three-point range. And the Hawks lead by 17.
And this is Young at his very best. Once he gets a few to fall, boy, watch out.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Monday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors.
You know, it might sound cliche, but a road trip like this one is a great time for this team to build chemistry on and off the court. Chemistry absolutely matters in the NBA, and these are the kinds of opportunities teams need to build.
Wiggins outside. Golden State moving the ball around. Shoots the three. Rebound, Atlanta.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound.
And that's a gift if I've ever seen one. They've got to communicate much better out there.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Hawks. Collins comes in for Carter. Green passes to Chris. Here's Curry with the three. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Capella with the bucket.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Can't throw weak stuff around Capella. He takes pride in sending shots back.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, out with that emphatic slam.
The defense was way too soft. Somebody get out there and get tough. And that gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, one in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
The more threes he misses, the more he wants to take. Where they do that at? That's not the right mindset.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Oh, just a dream scenario for them so far. Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Pembry shot good.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Well, they're playing well as a unit, taking shots they know they could make and building this lead.
Curry against Young. Outside, Green. Back to Thompson from outside the arc. Atlanta with the rebound. Capella's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Swiped away. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Thompson for three. Knocks down the three ball.
And you can tell Thompson knows his role. He's out there to score. He loves to stay aggressive.
Here's Young. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Hawks lead by 21.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with the comfortable lead.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Chris, last season, the Thunder became the final NBA team to reach an agreement for jersey sponsorships. Have you gotten used to seeing those patches on the various jerseys around the league?
Kevin, I have. And they're not as intrusive as I thought. I was
Me too. I agree.
Yeah, I was so scared of this. I thought it was going to ugly up the jerseys and be bigger than the team logo and things like that. But you know how great this league is when it comes to getting messages out to their fans and promotion. So we've done a wonderful job. And actually some I really, really like how they fit the jersey, how the colors matches, and the history of the company, actually. So, no, I think they've done a great job kind of just making sure it just slides in there, not taking away the shine from the team. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. I mean, the D is worrying too much about the other four guys. I mean, they can't give him open jumpers.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
To the inside, lays it up off the glass.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
Here's Graham, covered by Lee. Graham kicks to Jones. Pick off in midair. Here's Lee. Finished off the break.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Here's Bembry, and the Hawks getting another basket right there.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on a nice dominant showing in front of the crowd that loved every...
charge in my alley. Ooh, charge to the game like it's credit. Your team crowd need to edit. Yeah, I see face and credit. Hold up, ooh, that's dead. Need a minute, need to play to revive. Let's get a shot pressing. Next say what I say. They got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up. I don't miss often. No look, I had to.
A great view of our broadcast look. And we've got, well, I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for T.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. And for the Hawks, Young and Herter make up the back. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint.
When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
Now Lillard after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Lillard at
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one misses.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames. But money well spent by the Blazers.
You just can't take Trae Young lightly from anywhere on the floor. These kind of shots will help him get into a rhythm.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up, GA. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Lillard. Down low, here's Collins. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. In the corner, it's Hunter. No one near him. Portland grabs the miss.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot. Look, they're not going to play a perfect game, but so far they are 5 of 5, and the D has to be concerned.
Here's Herter, following the score by Damian Lillard. Capella finds Young. Shoots over Nurkic. No good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, that had to have been #1 priority for the coaching staff coming into this one, limiting those turnovers and making sure they don't beat themselves this time.
Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Atlanta. And Portland with a change here, too. Whiteside's checked in, and Lillard gets it to go. You often hear about players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have, the favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys, because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession, the coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do.
Right.
Like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because he's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the 3. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player, that's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting.
He's just a great finisher on the inside. John Collins, one of the game's better dunkers.
Yeah, Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the night right here. And that one misses. And you pair Collins with a passer like Trae Young? Look out.
Yeah, you get him the ball around that launch point where he can get his feet together, and Trae can pretty much throw it anywhere. Collins last year a top 20 player in field goal percentage as a roll man in pick and roll situations.
And it's good for 2.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Well, Teague has his binoculars on, able to find his man for that open look. Well, some people looking at Atlanta and their situation in terms of the rebuild and wondering what direction they would go. They've made some pretty solid picks. Got John Collins at the 19th pick as a foundation piece, and then obviously drafting Trae Young and Kevin Huerter, relying on shooting on the perimeter, and things moving along swiftly in Atlanta.
And John Collins, Brent, falling that late in the first round shows you how deep that draft was.
You know, some people thought it was going to be a slow rebuild in Atlanta. They've made some pretty good picks, grabbing Collins, as you mentioned, and then last year picking up Trae Young and Kevin Huerter in the draft and relying on some shooting. That number 19 has been pretty lucky so far for the Atlanta Hawks.
To the middle. Here's Little. Knocks down the 10-footer.
Those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Here's Bembry, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from it.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. It's a 3-point game. 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Trent gets the bucket.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Here's Azania. The Trailblazers have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. That's good from Azania. Both good from the line that time. The Hawks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Dedmon finds Carter. Here's Fernando. Over in the corner, Reddish. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think
knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland, Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. Then it's Little. And it's Simons in at the point guard position.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
Trailblazers leading by 5. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Trent can't hit.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the basket by Atlanta. And finished off by Hezonja.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
And the game plan against the Blazers, the last few postseasons has been trapping Lillard and McCollum and forcing someone else to beat.
Yeah, and you wonder if this is an opportunity for Zach Collins to really step into his own, along with Nurkic, who last year was injured during the playoffs, so that there can be some points and contributions coming from your power forward and center position. That'll ease some pressure on your backcourt.
Here's Fernando. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Out to the wing. Trent passes to Hazania. Now here's Little. Defended by Carter. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Hassan Whiteside. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. He's around 18 points per game, 14 rebounds, and his defensive presence inside not to be overlooked. He builds a wall around the basket.
Yeah, over this whole last stretch of games, he's been shutting down the lane with total authority. Impressive stuff.
Portland leading. Here's Little. Now the pass to Hazania. Here's Simons. Passes it to Hazania. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. Hazania's got 6 points. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Young. Drops in the layup for 2.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Here's Trent. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Young outside. 1:53 left in the first half. 6 to shoot. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
Here's Trent. 6 points for him. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Simons. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And Capella sends it back. Hunter with it. Anthony on him. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Lillard attacking. Portland no good that time either.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
And they take the lead. Teague's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hawks. Ray, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players, bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
Anthony finds McCollum. Now here's Collins. Lillard right side. Offensive rebound. He can't get that one to fall. The Hawks have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Shot by Collins, no good. Lillard scanning the floor. But they recover it. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And Nurkic did a great job just keeping the motor running.
A three-pointer off the mark. And some good action. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 8 points and 1 rebound. And
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Now here's Lillard. Shot from free throw range. Gets a hand on it. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the first bucket of the third here for the Trailblazers.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, Kevin, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Over to the wing. Lillard outside. Looking to get back on track here, and the jumper is good. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, there are some players who are playing for you, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
Role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of their organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Kevin.
It's stolen by Anthony. With the second effort, good work there as it goes. Lillard's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, we could be having one of those nights where he becomes the one-man show for his ball club. You just don't need to tell him to keep scoring. He'll do it.
Now, here is Young. 9 points in the game so far. Capella kicks to Young. Collins grabs the miss.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
The Hawks trail by 7. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 games? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself.
Here's Capella following the score by Damian Lillard. Young with the ball. He's picked up by Collins. Capella, the pass to Young. Good on the shot. Young's got 14.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. 1:22 left to play here in the third, and he gets it to go.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Here's McCollum. Count it. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Well, he's just so good as C.J. McCollum at when to put the ball down on the floor and penetrate to the inside.
Nurkic with the double team. Collins finds Capella.
And even with the...
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's Lillard missing. Now, here's Reddish. He's guarded closely. Now, here's Hunter. He gets it up.
That's the kind of D you want from your big fella Nurkic there. Make sure he is contesting the shot.
And offensively, a great show for the fans. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, Anthony out there with Whiteside. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. Here's Lillard following the bucket by the Hawks. Shoots from the high post. That one wide left.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Herter gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And there's the pass to Trent. He dishes it to Carmelo. The shot by Lillard wide open. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
That's the strength of Lillard's game right there. Gorgeous arc, too, on that jump shot. Up in the air a little bit more.
Trailblazers leading by 4. Passes it to Simons. There's the dish to Anthony. Lillard against T. Shot clock at 6. Lillard has the open look. Hits the jumper in space. Lillard's got 16 points here in the second half. Teague against Lillard. In the corner. Herter with it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Kevin Herter's favorite player growing up was Dwayne Wade, and that's why he wears the number 3.
The Atlanta making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedman. Collins comes in for Vince Carter. And Hunter subbed in for Bembry.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Herter passes to Collins. He feeds it to T. Back to Collins. Outside T. Pass to Capella. And he makes good on the way.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. The lead is 2. Pass to Trent. Back to Lillard. That one, no good. Collins with some nice D. Anthony finds Lillard. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And that's now 27 points for Lillard.
Yeah, this is what you're going to get with Lillard. He's a gunner. And right now, he's gunning from deep range.
And Teague, here we go. Count it.
And you got to respect the confidence by Jeff Teague to take and make the big bucket.
Lillard outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Trent to the paint. It's stolen by Capella. Hunter kicks to Collins. To the left side wing. 6 on the shot clock. Capella dishes to Collins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now just a 1-point Trailblazer lead.
Collins not the first option, but wow, stepping up.
Lillard attacking, and the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 9 points in the quarter.
And that is what you need in big moments. Lillard's a strong leader with competitive drive. Bingo.
In the corner, Curry with it. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Teague. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Damian Lillard.
And that shot was clutch. What an awesome take by Jeff Teague.
Atlanta making a switch here. Young's checked in, and it's tied up with that one.
A great job to get the bucket and to get to the line. When the game's on the line, you want your guys attacking like he did there.
Now here's Lillard. Inside. Collins kicks to Lillard. Pulls it up. Not going to go that time. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Here's Collins. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Lillard, the pass to Collins. Over Hunter, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Atlanta. Young inside. Covered by Lillard. Young taking his time here. Capella dishes to Young. Over Lillard. Atlanta again missing. McCollum kicks to Lillard. It's off. It's Young on the wing. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
It's in. Trae Young comes up huge this time, looking like the go-to guy.
And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean...
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA 2K TV. Check it out.
A great view of our broadcast locations in a top. And we got a chance now to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers and what has been the trend for Harden.
And the trend that he's going through with his assist numbers dropping over the past few years isn't a good one. I don't want to say he's become a more selfish player because that's too harsh, but he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot rather than creating for his teammates. He may want to rethink that.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the three, the small forward. And for the Hawks, Hunter at the three with Collins at the four. Young and Herter make up the back. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot.
And plenty of Hawks fans were despondent when the team decided to rebuild, but that dejection has turned into excitement.
The team plays hard every night. They have an entertaining style, and they have a lot of young talent. It may not be long before they're a real threat in the East.
Kicks it out to Collins. Off target from outside. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Young outside, passes it to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
That's next level vision. Young could probably lead the league in assists if that were his goal.
Westbrook passes to Covington. Puts up a three. And it's Westbrook again missing.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And Smitty, the city of Atlanta, as you know, has really embraced Trae Young.
Kevin, they call him Ice Trae. The franchise handed him the keys, and he's running with it.
And the first one drops.
In his rookie season, a rough start shooting the ball for Trae Young. He came on down the stretch in a big way.
Reddish, he's checked in for Kevin Herter.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Even though he got fouled a lot, he never lost any of his aggressiveness. He kept making free throws, and in the process, really frustrated the D.
Young against Westbrook. Young passes to Capella. Young trying to break free. And Capella with the basket on the assist by Young. And some new records for Trae Young, the first rookie in NBA history with over 45 points and 15 assists in a game.
Kevin, also the fourth rookie since the merger to post 3 consecutive 35 points games. The others, Bernard King, Michael Jordan, and Allen Iverson. That's the company you want to be in.
And the shot goes in. Young's got 7.
Does a good job of making quick reads and quick decisions off ball screens. Young always looking under control.
Out to the right wing. Hawks passing it around. The shot comes out, and it's Houston the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Harden inside the three-point line. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Well, most coaches will tell you, you need scoring in the paint to be successful. Here are some big men around the league that have been providing plenty of that over the last month. Number 5 is John Collins.
You know, there are different styles among those big men, but they have one thing very much in common. They can dominate offensively. Face up or back to the basket, they can get it done.
The other thing they have in common is that killer instinct. Every one of these guys wants the ball down low. They want to be the #1 option on every trip down the court.
The Rockets again can't hit. The Hawks leading by 8. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. The kick out to T. Carter on the wing. Now here's Reddish, guarded by McLemore. Reddish's shot is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
McLemore, no good.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. Atlanta making a switch here. The Hawks shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Oh, look at that!
I'm leaving. I'm gone.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. A terrific tempo. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
You've got Carter, Bembry out there with Teague, then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Fernando in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Here's Teague, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Down low. Carter kicks to Dedmon. The pass to Fernando. And it's Rivers with the rebound. Rockets trail by 8. Carroll, no one around him. Jeff Teague with the rebound.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Pass to Rivers. Here's Carroll. Can't hit the free throw line jumper. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Bembry the pass to Fernando. The dish now to Dedmon. To the inside. Bembry. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Carroll gets it to go. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Carter, the best to Bembry, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Atlanta making a switch here. Herter's checked in. Interesting, Smitty. We're seeing guys like Dirk and Vince Carter play into their 40s. I'm wondering if this is a byproduct of improved nutrition and conditioning. And if that accelerates this trend.
I think it does, Kevin. I also agree to add to that. I think the game is less physical. I think a lot of those guys are taking care of themselves, but when the game is not as physical, it's a lot more perimeter. You can play longer. I'm curious, Kevin, will anybody play into their 50s?
You know, wouldn't that be amazing? That's a good question. To the middle, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The three from Harden. Atlanta with the rebound. Dedmon's got 4 rebounds in this game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Herder passes to Fernando. Back to Herder. Just 5 on the clock. From the line, the rebound by Harden.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
Green kicks to Harden. There's the triple. They get it again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Pass to Fernando. Good. And the Hawks lead by 15.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Tucker finds Harden. Hands it from downtown. Harden's got 6.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. Great positioning on the putback.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Harden against Carter. Passes to Clemens. Here's the 3. Rebound, Atlanta. Dedmon's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Herder. Count that one. Herder's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
Out to Carter. There's 47 seconds left in the first half of the game. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And it's Houston on the break. McLemore with the ball. Bembry with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 13. Here's Carter. The pass to Fernando. And they pick up 2.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Kicks it to McLemore. Pass to Tucker. Corner shot. It's rebounded by Herder.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That is his first foul of the game. Reddish dishes to Collins. Lays it up and banks it in. Collins has got his first 2 points of the night.
Nice recognition. Collins sees the lane and does not hesitate.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we've got more NBA action on 2.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fan. After 2 quarters, it's Atlanta out in front. They are way out in front, leading by 17. Kenny? That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Rockets trail by 17. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in its small forward. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Capella with it. Now Covington defending. Young against Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. The high post shot. The Rockets pull it in.
Great focus on the defensive end there to contest that shot.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Talented, driven, he puts constant pressure on your defense.
Westbrook against Young. Another miss by Young.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range. Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
The Hawks leading by 11. From the high post. Yep, that one goes in there. Young's got 9 points.
Finally getting one to fall. They were 0 for 3 to start this half.
And Harden launches it from deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
Shoots from the line. Another miss by Young.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
Young pass to Herter. Back to Young. In the corner, Collins with it. Pass to Capella. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Herter, no good. And here's Houston. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. He had a nice open look right there. 11 points for James Harden.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Harden comes to help. The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Covington. A shot by Harden, wide open. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And now it's just a 4-point Atlanta lead. Young inside. He's covered by Westbrook. Shots good from Young.
And that bucket should stop the bleeding.
House the pass to Covington. And stolen by Hunter. 13 feet away. Herter controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Rockets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Capella. Reddish comes in for Kevin Herter. And it's Teague for Trae Young. Collins dishes to Teague. Collins against Carroll. No good with the layup.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And you know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Collins kicks to Reddish. Now, here's Hunter. D right on him. From down in the low post, it goes.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
There's McLemore. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Shoots from 12. A shot by Reddish, no good. Rockets trail by 8. Here's McLemore, and McLemore slams it in.
I mean, wonderful court vision. Sometimes Rivers gets locked in to finding his own shot. This time, finds the open man.
And Reddish with the slam.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Pass to Clemens. And here's Tucker. And here's Carroll. Fires high. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the shot clock.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. It's Atlanta leading by 6. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Embry out there with Teague, then it's Collins, then it's Reddish, and it's Carter in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Here's Teague, and it's slammed in by Teague.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
Not a fan of those kinds of passes.
Manuel House is checked in for the Rockets. Atlanta leading by 8. Carter kicks to Collins. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Teague left side. Up again. And Collins is right there.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Clemens. It's stolen by Teague. Here's Bembry. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And now a 12-point Hawks lead.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Inside, deflects the pass. It's stolen by Carroll. Here's Rivers, and he banks in the layup.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Teague left side. That's good from Collins on the assist by Teague. And it's 6 points for John Collins. The pass to House. Lets it go from the wing. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Atlanta.
The first free throw is good. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Hawks. Young comes in for Jeff Teague. He hits both from the stripe. Rockets trail by 10. Here's Tucker. And another 3 for Houston.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
This is why you spend so much time devising ways to space the floor. If you can't, you don't get very far.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Expanding upon this league, trying to close it out. He's really stepped up.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
A 3 ball. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Bembry. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7. Now, the league is trying to maximize competition, Steve, and flatten the draft lottery odds has been one way to do it. Will that be enough? Or is there still work to be done in that regard?
You know, I love the way they've done it so far, but I still think they can tweak it even more, and we'll get a better product on the floor where teams get a chance to compete for all 82 games. I like what I'm seeing right now.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Hunter comes in for Reddish, and Kevin Huerter subbed in for Bembry. Collins against Covington. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
As usual, beasting inside. John Collins puts defenders in no-win situations.
And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker. And players now, Steve, more able to dictate where they want to play. How has free agency changed since you came into the NBA?
I think the signing of shorter contracts, Kevin, guys with player options. And then I think also for a lot of players, they're not taking as much money, leaving money on the table because the endorsement deals off the court is making up for some of their money on the court.
Rockets trail by 12. It's stolen by Capella. Here's Huerter. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Pass to Tucker. Atlanta with the rebound. Collins has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Atlanta.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first 2.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Clint Capella.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he...
Oh, that was something else.
That was nasty. And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Atlanta. 17 points was their biggest margin. 19 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Reddish. Westbrook with the nice D there. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor. Completely under control for the vast majority of the game.